Hey, you're welcome to Grief2Grace Stories, the podcast where we uncover the raw, unfiltered journey of those who have been transformed and they've been able to transform all of their deepest pains into a very powerful purpose. So today I'm your host, Ruth Hephzibah, and this is the space for every heart that has been broken but still chooses to beat. So, for every soul that is scared but chooses to shine, I'm here for you. I'm your Fresh Start host, Ruth Hephzibah, and this is how we're going to do it today in honor of the Women's Week. And today I'm incredibly able to share the story of a woman who has not only risen from her own ashes, but has also been able to build a community where others can rise along with her. And I just want you to step back today because you will really be very glad that you did. Today is a very awesome day because we're celebrating women. We're celebrating women, and I just want you to know that it is an awesome day. And today, you have to sit back and hear this story because it's a story that touches the heart. Let me start with this story. There was once a woman who was standing at the edge of an ocean, and the waves of this grief that she's been through was crashing all over her. And she had lost something very special, a part of her heart. And the whole world felt like it was too heavy for her to bear. But instead of letting the tide to pull her under, what did she do? She made a choice, a very small, brave step. One step at a time, one step at a time. She kept on moving. She moved and moved and moved and fought, and she lifted everything, lifted her legs, lifted with every drop of sweat that she had in her, and she found the pieces of herself again. You know, that woman is Cassandra Other. Today, she's not just surviving, she is thriving. And why do I say this? After losing her son, Hart, at 30 weeks, Cassandra found herself in the depth of depression, like a lot of us right now. But it was not that thing that she wanted to stay and be stuck in all her life. It was movement for her. It was exercise that became her lifeline. So she turned her pain into purpose by finding, and she founded Forever Hart Fit, an all women boutique gym, named in honor of her son, Hart. How painful it can be to lose a child, how painful it can be to lose a child you really never got to hold in your arms. So, what started like a way to heal herself, going to the gym, coming back, and all that, has grown into a very powerful movement. And it has three beautiful studios in three locations in New Jersey. And the fourth one is on the way in Hamilton this month. And Cassandra has created more than just a fitness space. She has been able to build a safe haven for people. She has been able to build a place where women can all can come together, where women of all backgrounds, where women of all shapes, women of all kinds of story can come as they are and heal through movement together. You know, it's been a very beautiful journey with Cassandra, but she's not stopping there. Today, this moment as we're talking, she is currently Miss Mercer County running for Mrs. New Jersey. And in this November, God's willing, who knows, that's where she will be. So what's her platform? Mental health, trying to transform people, trying to transform lives, using her transformative power of exercise, not just for emotional healing, but also to heal those people with disabilities. So, what is your story? Why are you stuck? Why are you sitting where you are? Why can't you rise up? What is making you not be able to move? Sometimes our grief should be our safe haven to move to the next stage of our lives. I say it most times, grief is not bad after all if you're able to use it and define what your grief is and move to the next stage of your life. So her story has really been one that has been so touching, that touched my life so well. Her story is one of courage, is one of purpose, is one of a mother's undying and unyielding love. So the next voice we'll be hearing when we come back is definitely going to be the voice of Cassandra. But before we bring up Cassandra, what is your story? What is holding you back? There is one thing I have for you today that can help you rewrite this grief, and that is this: a pen that rewrites grief. A pen that book you need in your journey. It is my book from my own heart, and this pen is going to help you in your journey. It has a lot of interventions. It is not stories. If you want a book with stories, I just wrote a new book, Love Again, which helps you to rise up from wherever you're stuck. And it helps you to rise from there and move to the next stage of your life and begin to find love in things like Cassandra again. So these two books are books that you need in your journey. So, but the next time we'll be coming up and you'll be seeing me here, you'll be hearing the voice of Cassandra and you will not be seeing my face anymore. So, get prepared as we bring up Cassandra to speak with us and tell us her story. Hello, you're welcome back. Like I told you, my name is Ruth Hephzibah, and this is Grief2Grace Stories. And I have Cassandra in the house. She is that woman that has been able to move from all that she's been through, used all of her depression. You know why I'm so particular about this is because a lot of people are depressed in the world, and it takes them to that stage of their lives that they really don't want to. It makes you do things that you don't want to do. And today I have Cassandra in the house, and she is here to share her story and tell us how much she was able to redefine and rewrite her story and use it in a positive way. So, Cassandra, how are you doing today?
Well, very good. I'm so glad we're doing this for the second time. We had some tech issues, but that's okay.
Yeah. I tell you, I just had to go get my headphones and everything. I'm like, no, we need to get it right this time around. Thank you so much for joining us again. Thank you for all that you guys are doing. And thank you for those people that keep waiting online. Check it out. Oh my God. Is she on? Is she back? Is she on? Is she back? Don't worry. I got good prizes for you. For all of y'all that's definitely going to respond to our messages today, tell me one story that really touches your heart, how you've been able to move from grief to grace. What's that thing from your childhood till now that brought you so low and you didn't know what to do, but you were able to redefine it and use it to have purpose? Saw purpose in it, and now you are healing people. If you are able to do that and you drop it up in the comments or you send us a DM on Grief to Grace now at gmail.com, or grief2gracestory@gmail.com, or info@grief2graceinternational@gmail.com, whichever of them. When you send your messages in there and let us know, I'm definitely going to send you an e-copy of our book, Love Again, because you need to find love again. Thank you so much, Cassandra. So how are you
Well,
doing?
I just want to tell you first, I love your positivity. I love your empowerment, and that's what I'm all about. And hearing you this second time
Thank
around
you.
explain everything, because you heard the last time we did this, the story. I mean, you hit everything on the, you hit,
Yeah.
well, I'm not really good at phrases, by the way, but I think you hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So you hit the nail.
I was able to hit the nail on the
Yeah,
head.
I've been told
Yeah.
that my phrases are
Woo.
not that great, but I sometimes get them right. But I
No,
think
you
hit the
did
nail
a
on the
good
head,
one.
right? Woo!
Yeah.
Okay. So, um, you explained everything this
Thank
time, and
you.
you made me cry right away, because, like, you're right. Like,
Oh,
everything that you described and the pain that I suffered, you never think you're going to lose a child. And at 30 weeks, he was fully formed. I mean, when I went to the hospital and they asked me if I wanted to hold him, I said no at first, because I was just so shaken up. I was so shook up. I couldn't even believe this happened to me. And then my nurse lost twins at full term. And she told me, and God totally
oh,
sent her to me, because she said to me, I think you should hold him, because if you don't hold him, you're going to regret it. And she cleaned him, she dressed
oh
him
my
up,
God.
and she brought him, and I held him in my legs for hours, and I just cried and I cried and I cried. And,
Oh, I
and I'm
can.
so
Oh my
glad that I
gosh.
did. I mean, he was fully beautiful, but just his eyes were slit. They weren't open, but everything was beautiful. And I'm really glad that I got to do that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. No,
uh,
it's okay.
Brianna,
Here,
thank
this
me.
is
Brianna,
great stories. We cry. I cry a lot. We cry here because
you got to let it
we need to
out.
be real with
Well,
ourselves. Yeah, you need to be
well,
real
I'm
because
definitely
I
real.
can't come here and
But you got to let it
pretend.
out, because if you don't let it out, you bottle it inside, and then mentally you're not right. So the last
Yeah.
one we did, even though there was no sound, Brianna, my brand ambassador and assistant, she's like, Cass, I could tell you were crying. She said, it's good, because people could see that you're not just this, that you're sensitive, and that they can see that, sometimes I have to have a very brave face as a business owner to pay all the bills, to run everything, to run the staff, to work with all the clients. I mean, 3 places with a 4th one on the way is a lot of work. But I know all the good we're
Yeah.
doing, and I know my purpose, and I'm not going to stop here. I'm not going to stop in New Jersey. I would like to open up on the West Coast side. I'd like to have a couple studios. It was always my dream, because it's so fitness focused there. And I think they would love, like, our funness of our brand. I just think it would be a perfect spot. So I'm not stopping here. I will continue, and I'm not stopping. No one will stop me. This purpose is bigger than me. This purpose is what God wants me to do. I never in a million years thought I would have fitness studios. I'm not from this industry. That's what's so crazy.
I
I know, I have
know.
a hotel business, and
Oh
I'm an
my
interior
God.
designer. And that's why the studio, like behind
That's
me, you could see
big.
is very decorated and stuff. It's like you're in a
Yeah.
hotel, right? And that's how I wanted it to be, with chandeliers and beautiful things. And you just don't feel like you're in a studio. So yeah, it's crazy. I never thought I'd have fitness studios. So
Wow, thank you so much. You know what? I really like you. I like your genuineness. I like the fact that you're real to yourself, because sometimes we just keep hiding all of these things in and bottling it up, and that's why we die. But when we release
right,
them and we do it like we know genuinely that this is what we, because no man is God.
right,
you know
right.
Even Jesus Christ
Yep,
wept.
yep.
He wept at some point. So why should you hide it? Why should you pretend that it's not? When we're talking about grief, we say grief is you need to move from grief to grace, you need to move from pain to purpose. We are not saying you're going to leave them behind.
Hmm.
We're saying you're going to carry them with
Right.
you,
Yeah.
but you're going
Every
to
day I carry
learn
his
to
name.
live with
Yeah.
them.
I mean, every day I
Yeah.
carry his name, right? This is his name. I mean, the reason
Yeah.
why I named him Hart,
And I
and
love
people
that.
don't know this, but when I went into labor in my bed, and I don't care that this is so much detail, because people need to hear. It was traumatic.
No, it's
I know,
good.
it's good. So when my water broke in the bed, and then I was going out to the car, and as I'm going in the car, the baby was coming out of me. So, I drove
Mm.
to the hospital, with the baby underneath my sweatpants. And the whole way to the hospital, I was in shock. And then they get me there, and I just couldn't believe that, this happened. So, for my first blood in the bed, there was a tie-dye heart that was absolutely perfect. And not a lot of people know this, why I named him Heart. So when they asked if I wanted to cremate or bury him, I said, I would like to cremate him and I would love to name him Heart. So after I lost the baby, I was extremely depressed for months. And I remember the next day that I lost him. Well, I lost him on Halloween morning. So I took my daughter out for trick-or-treating. She was 2.5. She was Little Red Riding Hood. And I just looked down on her and I said, God, she's just so cute and little. She doesn't even know what the heck happened. And I walked her around for Halloween and I just put a brave face on. But inside I was dying. And then the next day when I went to take the trash out, because I was so in shock, I looked down and I said, oh my gosh, I don't have my belly anymore, And then I broke down. And then the next several months were very hard. I cried a lot. I was very depressed. And I said to myself, Cass, like, you're so strong. Like, I've always been very strong since birth. My mom always said that you were always the first one talking. You were always the first one that was like, would handle things. Like, that's just my nature. And my mom never stifled that. My mom always really just kept me true to who I was, genuine and real. And my mom's from the Midwest. So although I'm a born and raised Jersey girl, I have those Midwest values, those values that instill in me that no matter what anybody does to me, and no matter how much people will like to, like ruin a good thing, they will never do that. I will always rise. I will always be okay. And now I have my mom in heaven to help me with that. But, I said, I got to do something. So I started personal training and doing fitness classes, and it slowly got me out of depression naturally. It's the most underused medicine out there that's natural, is exercise. If you did 2 to 3 times a week, your endorphins, your brain, your endorphins, your muscles, your body, your immune system, like I'm hardly ever sick. I'm a little under the weather today because my daughter had a cold, but this will go away probably tonight and I'll be fine because I exercise. And,
I know, right?
I hope it will go
No,
away. But I think
I
so.
told you.
Let me knock on some wood here, okay? All right, there we go. So I started doing the personal training and the exercises classes, and it really got me out of depression. So I came with this idea. I have a successful hotel business, and I said to myself 8 years ago, I lost him 8 years ago, but I started this 7.5 years ago. I said to myself, I want to create this boutique studio that's higher end, that looks very decorated. I use my interior design background because that's my degree. And I want to create a place that's safe and a place that women can share and a place that women can feel connected and loved. And that's exactly what we've done. So the best way to honor my son's legacy is through this. And that's why this purpose is bigger than me. This purpose is not about me. This purpose is bigger. So I'm just so proud, and my staff is so lovely, and my clients really appreciate us. And yeah, we have a 4th one on our way, and soon to be other ones, in other locations. So I'm very excited.
Wow, thank you so much. I'm really like emotional about everything, but why I'm just like
I'm very emotional
I
too,
can
girlfriend. I'm very emotional too. Let's just put that in.
yeah. So I'm just trying to hide everything inside because I can feel the pain, I can feel the passion. I can feel,
Thank
and I
you.
know there may be someone just watching right
Yeah,
now, and the person really don't know how to
right.
navigate
Maybe
this
there's
thing.
someone that lost a baby or
So,
lost a loved one. I mean, I just lost my
yes,
mom.
or they, oh,
Yeah, I just lost my mom recently,
oh,
January 19th, and I miss her terribly. And I'm going through that grief right now. And that's a whole nother grief because I talk to my mom every day. So a lot of things come up,
oh,
and sometimes I just break down crying, and that's okay. You got to feel the feelings. And when people don't feel the feelings
mhm,
is when they turn to different things like alcohol and drugs and other things that just ruin you, that
mhm.
kill you. And you don't want that. You want to prosper through the loss and the grief. And crying and really letting it out is really a huge thing. So I highly recommend crying.
Yeah. Yeah, because in my book, there is a place we wrote the inkwell of tears. It's very important for you to shed it because it's part of your healing. Each time you cry,
Mhm.
you are healing a part of your body. Each time you cry, you're healing a part of your
Yeah,
soul. Each time you cry, you're healing a part of your whole
right.
system. And it's also helping you to work in line, let your body, your spirit, your soul, everything align, you know, and you're able to find purpose at the end of the day. And I really appreciate it. And I like being real because I'm a real person. I don't like being fake. I don't fake anything.
Yeah,
I tell you the way it is.
yeah,
If
me
I'm
too.
down, I let people know, yes, I'm down. If I'm up, you see it. You don't need to even ask me because you see it all
Yeah, you can
over
see
me
it on my
because I'll
face
be
too, girl. I
jumping
know.
all over. So that's it. So now, how did you really feel, you know, when I don't know, I want to, like, I'm taking you back to the back end of the story. What
Well, first of
happened?
all, I want to tell you that I should have charged my phone because,
Oh,
oh
your
my
phone is
gosh, girl, with
dying?
all this stuff we had happening, I'm down to 4% and I don't have a charger.
Oh my
So, but
God.
we're
Okay.
almost halfway. We're over halfway through. So go ahead. Sorry, I just wanted to tell you
Yeah.
that real quick.
So what actually happened? What was the background
My
story?
background.
What happened? What led to the death of your son?
They really don't know, and they really wouldn't kind of look into it. It was weird. I think I should have been on high blood pressure medicine. I am on a very low dose now. I should have been then, and I wasn't. And you know, I think that I think I had a blood clot. That's what I think. And then the baby just expelled out of me as he passed. So that's what I think. You know, so yeah,
Okay, so now talking about your purpose. Now you are running for Mrs. New
right,
Jersey. I'm really excited, you know, because it shows how much you can rise, irrespective of what you've been through. You can actually
right,
rise. You can
yeah.
stand
And I'm
up
going to
for
be
yourself.
46. I'm going to
So
be 46 doing that.
yes, you don't look it. You don't look. Oh my God, you don't look it. I need to be like you someday. You know, I have a goal. I want to be like 150, but now I've been able to lose like 30 pounds. How I did this is just God, you know. So I think I need to get on your
Well,
plan.
I'll
So how
train
do
you
you do
virtually,
it with
girl. I'll
your
train you virtually. Yes. So, I mean, I'm just happy from within, right? So that radiates, but I do take a lot of care of myself. I mean, I really do. Every week I'm doing self-care. So that's a big thing. Women need to do that. We burn at both ends. And as moms, we need to take care of ourselves. So yes, I know. I've got my blood drawn yesterday and the ladies were like, I think your birth date is wrong. And then I said, no, I'm going to be 46. And they were all like, oh my God, they're like freaking out. So it was very, very cute. If we get disconnected, by the way, that's going to stink. But,
we will have a part two.
okay, okay.
If we get connected, we'll do a part two of
But
it. We'll have a
you
part.
can follow us at Forever Hart Fit on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. And it's HART. And we would love to train you virtually, personal training and classes. And I would love you to join us too. And yes, I'm very excited about running because I think my platform on exercise and disability, we work with clients that have disability. We're approved with the state of New Jersey. And I'm really proud of that. We're one of very few. So we're doing a lot of great things here. And I love what you're doing. And I think it's important to talk about grief. I really do.
Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate you coming over, especially with all the time that we've been through. And I just want to say thank you so much for being with us
Thank
today.
you.
And if need be, we can have a part two of it, and I'll find out how we can slot it in. My time is usually like booked
Let's do
out
another one. Let's do
Tuesdays.
another one when we don't
Yeah,
have technical issues and my phone's going to die. Let's do another one, okay?
yeah, thank
Oh,
you.
thanks so
So
much.
thank you so much for joining us. For every one of us joining today, you can just like us, you can love us, you can join us on Grief to Grace International .org. And don't forget to buy our books. Don't forget to, if you, because I just got 3 new books out, and I just know that you are awesome. And I want to thank all of those here that are always here. Now I have 162 people still waiting. Can you imagine? See, I love you because you guys trust me, you guys believe in me, and it means a lot to me. I want to say I love you. I thank you. I thank you so much because you're waiting every Tuesday, waiting for me right here on this line. And I just want to say thank you. This is Grief2Grace Stories, and we're doing so much. We just started Sacred Sensuality, and Sacred Sensuality is addressing the grief associated with marriage and sensuality. But you can always join our group on Sacred Sensuality on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and you can join us on YouTube. You can join Grief to Grace on all platforms. You are just awesome people. I love you. And I just want to talk about Cassandra because she is an awesome personality. She um, is patient and she is good. So I just want to say that as much as we're grieving, let us look at all the stories of that we've shared, especially today. We've shared 3 stories today, and this is the second of our first story. And I'm going to see how I can withdraw the voice from the other one and see how I can send it all over to you. But I tell you, I love you. I love the way you guys are pulling through with me on Grief to Grace. And God willing, we keep praying that God keep us alive to be able to do this. And for your listening, if you have any platform and you feel you want to, because we're here basically to just help people, is free. We do everything I do here on Grief to Grace is free. Grief to Grace on Echoes of Life, everything I do there is free. I don't charge you for anything. Everything is free because I know how much people helped me when I was grieving. I know how much I wouldn't have been able to also access so much when I was grieving. And that's why I just want to say thank you so much. If you need help in any way, you need coaching, you need someone to talk to you need someone to cry on their shoulders. We are always here at Grief to Grace to share, cry on. And you can also find a way to help the grieving family. So, this is how you can help the grieving family. Help the grieving family is that platform that you need to do. Join us here. Click on the button up there and you will be able to reach out to us on grief2graceinternational.org and how to help, and you see a number of ways you can help a grieving family, because most times when we're grieving we don't even know that we're grieving. When we're grieving we don't even know how to go about it. But when you click on this link here, you'll be able to help somebody. You'll be able to put a smile on the faces of people. It's as little as just a gift card, as little as just groceries for them is okay. As little as buying crayons is okay. So this is all we do here. This is what I'm sold out to do, to help the needy. This all I have known all my life, and this is what I'm still doing. God brings certain things into people's lives because he knows we have the strength to be able to pull them through. Sometimes I sit back in my house, I'm like, God, why are you putting me through all of these, to do all of this? Yes, because he knows that we have the strength to be able to do this. So, and I will not be able to achieve all of this without you. I can only achieve this if you help us. I can only achieve this with your help. So we will really appreciate it and Grief to Grace if you click on this and find a way to reach out and help the grieving family. The second thing I'll be talking about is A Pen That Rewrites Grief. This book, you need to buy it. So get a copy of A Pen That Rewrites Grief and you will be so glad you did. You can get a copy. I usually direct people straight up to the website on grief2graceinternational.org. You find our website there. You find everything, how you can, everything you need to know about Grief to Grace is right there. Join our support group, which is the Grief Spa, and just so much that we're doing right now. I just want you to know that we love you. We love you from the bottom of my heart. I really understand how you feel. I really understand what you're going through because I've been there before. I really understand that you need a back to lean on, and we are here, and that is why we at Grief to Grace, this is all we do. This is all I've known all my life, helping the less privileged, helping people get to the next stage of their lives. And as a grief coach, a fresh start coach, a fresh start advocate, all I tell you is that a fresh start is possible. Don't let anybody deceive you that you can never start afresh. You see, we just talked about Cassandra. She shared her story and she has been able to rise from depression to owning four places she can, where she's helping people. And she is helping a lot of women. And now she's helping people with disabilities too. And she is moving on, helping people with hospitality and doing all of this, bringing people together and showing so much love. It can be you. So don't undermine it. Don't undermine it. Rise up from your bed this moment. You can reach out to her on our social media platforms or on the phone numbers that she shared earlier. So you can reach out and find how you can help, how you can join the women's group, how you can register, and how you can help find purpose in your pain. One of the best ways to get out of grief is how? Exercising. I tell you, I've shared it here before that when I was grieving so badly, one of the things that helped me was my hip exercises. When I got to learn so much about somatic and I started doing more of somatic and I started doing more of the hip exercises, it helped me to relieve all of the grief and to know where my grief is, that my grief is in my waist and in my shoulders, and I started shaking them up, and that was it. So you too can find where your grief is and where those pains are in your system. So if you want to know more about how you can reach out on grief2graceinternational.org, or you can reach out to us on grief2grace now@gmail.com or grief2grace stories@gmail.com. So you can send us an email and let us know how you feel. And like we said at the beginning, you can respond to telling us how you feel. How are you doing? So you can respond to it and you'll be so glad that you did, because we give out the t-shirts like what I'm putting on, or the other ones you usually see me wear, it's okay not to be okay and just a lot. Or you can tell us what you want us to write on your shirt and we will send it to you. So thank you so much for joining us today. And I remain your host, Ruth Hephzibah. Remain blessed and have a very beautiful day. Bye.